Happy Friday Eve, everybody.
Yes.
Welcome in. Meteorologist Ross Muwall and Chief Meteorologist Lewis Turner. I feel like, have you ever heard that song, Dropkick Murphys? The boys are back.
Probably.
The boys are back. The boys are back. That's kind of what I want our theme song to be when we pop up.
Yeah. We need a theme song.
Because the next line is, and they're looking for trouble.
We are always looking for just a little bit of trouble. Not too much, just enough.
Just enough.
Just that Goldilocks zone of
Just
trouble.
just a sprinkle.
Yeah. We don't need it too hot. I'm not trying to get slimed. So
I don't think too much trouble out at the beach there today.
no, it's beautiful.
Looking good.
I love this camera shot. So kind of a newish camera to us, and getting some better views at the beach.
Someone's got their dog out there running too.
I would say we're so able to really get down into it. We're seeing surfers go out. We got this person jogging with their dog. I mean, that's truly living your best life in winter time in Jacksonville, Florida. Winter time, while millions in our country are underneath either winter storm watches or warnings right now. We've got that going on for our lives.
We do.
I mean, it is a little more mild. We saw that temperature map quickly there. So kind of a stark contrast, relatively speaking, versus, if you look at Mayport or St. Simon's and then go to Waycross, right? It's much.
Or Gainesville. I mean,
right.
a little steamier down there in the swamp.
So you certainly, if you were like, I saw that picture, I'm going to drive out to the beach, and you're here downtown, you're on the west side, and it's in the low 70s. When you get out there, I mean, you're low mid 60s. You'll notice the change, but you're not going to mind.
You need one of those like Columbia PFG long sleeve shirts, like the fishing shirts.
Yes, that'll do the job.
Yeah, it's like the perfect layer.
That'll do the job just right. Some dark colors, you'll absorb that sunshine and you'll feel fantastic. And overall tonight, the last few nights the sun goes down and we drop relatively quickly to where we're waking up in the 40s or even the upper 30s like a couple nights ago. But now that's not quite the case. It's actually a pretty mild evening unless you're in Southeast Georgia, then you get in the 40s. But yeah, looking pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, a rather mild evening and overnight start to your Friday morning tomorrow. Something else to keep in mind because temperatures are a little bit more on the mild side. We'll have some lower clouds start to work in probably about 1 to 2 a.m. here tonight, and then some of that will settle down as fog during the overnight period. So just be mindful of some patchy to potentially dense fog out there early tomorrow morning. Not expecting it to be widespread, but we will have some pockets. I think Jacksonville's west side out towards Cecil and White House could certainly see some fog kind of down there in the bowl.
Yep.
And there will be some pockets of spots. So just, maybe give yourself a little bit of an extra 5 minutes out the door tomorrow morning with regards to that.
Yeah, one more morning commute, one more day of school before we earn the weekend. And a little, but mild with that patchy fog. I'll certainly be a bit of a story as we wake up tomorrow. But kind of the big thing, I know kind of the elephant in the room that so many people are talking about across the country is that winter storm and just re-emphasizing nothing for us, right? And when I say us, I mean from the Okefenokee Swamp up to Waycross, all the way down clearly through Jacksonville and into Flagler County, all of us, right? The whole area, we don't have to worry. So this thing stays way north. Now, what does accompany this ultimate front that crosses is some showers. We're going to time that out. We ride that roller coaster of temperatures over the weekend. Saturday versus Sunday is going to be interesting. And we're not done, though. So we're seizing the day. We're getting out to the beach, as we saw those folks doing. Next week, we are right back into wintertime.
We certainly are. I mean, highs are going to struggle to get out of the 50s. Lows, unfortunately, going to be back down to near, if not even below freezing for early next week. So this kind of is just a good visual to show you, okay, what is the high temperature doing each and every day? Nice warm up tomorrow. We'll kind of touch on that more here. Down on Saturday, up again on Sunday, and then the bottom kind of drops back out again by early next week, back into the 50s. But at least for tomorrow, Lou, after the morning fog, should be a pretty nice day. Partly cloudy to mostly sunny skies, and temperatures, feeling pretty good. Mid to upper 70s, even the low 80s for some of our more interior areas and counties out there tomorrow.
Yeah, look at Gainesville. Look at Palatka, Keystone. You're pushing it. McClenny in the upper 7, to that 78 point. And, so very, very warm, very, very nice day. Make the most of it while we can. Good day to get the outdoor stuff done. If you got a little time in the afternoon to tighten up the yard. And then the weekend looking good for it as well.
Tighten up the yard?
Got to tighten it up. Sometimes you got to, and I'm guilty of it.
Not tidy up, but tighten up.
Tighten up.
Tighten up.
Sometimes, to like tighten up the hair. You got to
Tighten up the yard.
Tighten it up. make it look good because we got the ideal weather for it. Looking at your temperatures versus precip here on our in-house model, and if we were talking 10 days ago, I know there were so many unknowns with this winter storm, but the way everything has set up, and we'll kind of look at a bigger picture map a little bit later, but we're going to get warm sectored and with this, and actually that warm sector is going to punch its way up in the middle layers of the atmosphere to where it's going to nose on over close to Atlanta and parts of the Carolinas, and could lead to issues with snow melting and then refreezing. So that's why ice for a lot of people. For us, we are we're blessed. We're doing. I have almost a little bit of guilt talking about our cold day of the weekend.
Almost
is Saturday. And our cold day is going to be in the 60s.
Yeah. So. Well, so here's the thing. I mean, coastal southeastern Georgia, you're probably going to be the coldest spot, low to mid 50s for most of you. But we're going to have a pretty strong northeast breeze, Lew, about 10 to 20 miles per hour. So it'll be not only cooler, breezy, that'll pull in some extra cloud cover. Mm-hmm. And we're going to watch for maybe just one or two stray, coastal showers kind of as Saturday wears on. And then you mentioned the warm sector. The warm front itself crosses over us Saturday night and into Sunday morning. We're fully in the warm sector pretty much all day on Sunday. And so you're going to go from a northeast breeze Saturday afternoon to a pretty warm, strong southwest breeze. So the complete opposite by Sunday. And that's just going to pump in the heat.
Yeah.
A bit of a squeeze occurring there
Yep.
for Sunday afternoon. I think this only kind of tells part of the story because the model only runs out until I think 1 or 2 p.m. But temperatures soaring into the upper 70s, perhaps even into the low 80s for a lot of folks out there on Sunday. And this is just kind of another way to look at it with, what those winds are doing. So there's Saturday afternoon. You fast forward it to Saturday evening, and then the overnight period, northeast winds kind of disappear, and then there comes a surge out of the south.
Yeah, we won't. I mean, by Sunday afternoon, for Jacksonville, we're going 80. So certainly areas further south, man, we're going to be very, very warm, and that's going to be the shock to the system as we have to get into a Monday. So, 15 degrees above normal temperatures on Sunday. Get those late spring vibes going. Even the morning lows are rather mild. And we'll watch those southwesterlies picking up through the day. But going to be feeling great. But again, can't emphasize enough, we're not putting away the winter coats, right? Because
I just put away my knit hat today, actually.
Did you? Why?
I tossed it back up in the closet. Well, I had to tighten up the kitchen. Had to tighten up a little
tighten
bit.
things up.
Yeah.
You put it away. Dig it back out.
So what do you call it if you leave it out? The kitchen.
Kitchen's a little loose.
It's a little loose. You just need to tighten it up.
It's a little loose in here. Let's tighten up. Yeah, that's exactly how it goes. But thinking of this weekend, and all week long we have been harping on, travel issues for the Deep South. If you had to go to Atlanta, you had to go to Charlotte. Any flight that goes out of Jacksonville goes to one of those two places, you're going to have issues. But maybe your travel takes you south. If your travel is taking you across to Tampa or Orlando, the theme parks. If you're going down South Florida, we're talking about mid 80s. Potentially
sweating weather.
Really like summertime weather when we get down towards that I-4 corridor.
And I think another key point here is, most of the week we talked about rain chances. Mm-hmm. Not that it was definitely going to rain, but there were rain chances this weekend.
Yes.
We mentioned Saturday, coastal showers, but most folks should stay dry. And really the majority of the day on Sunday should also stay dry. Our rain chances really aren't going to come into play until, after sunset Sunday night and during that nocturnal period during the overnight hours.
We're talking after dinner, right? So we do have rain chances when we ultimately get to the 7-day forecast. We do have rain chances on the board for Sunday, but that's just really, going to be a nighttime situation. Things are shaping up for a really good day, just warm and breezy on a Sunday. So we keep that in mind. And there is a look at kind of how what is gripping, or about to at least be gripping our nation. That's a lot of people.
It's a lot of color.
A lot of colors too, and we'll go over all of that for you coming up right after this short break. So don't go anywhere.
Lou, the National Weather Service is trying to really paint just some beautiful colors across the country here. So before the stream, I was trying to get on and I was trying to turn on all of the different advisories, watches, warnings in place across the country. I got most of them, I think. Not all, because like that section right across like the Appalachians, there is a winter storm watch there that for some reason didn't populate. But the bright purples like across Iowa and Minnesota, that is an extreme cold warning.
Cold. Yeah. Northern Minnesota, our friends in International Falls, I saw negative 21 today. So, God bless you.
Well,
there.
A guy I follow from Minneapolis, a forecaster, he was also putting out the like models were showing wind chills like negative 30, negative 40, and I was like, sheesh! Like that's like the next coming of the ice age.
Seriously, yeah, you're gonna see Scrat trying to hide his acorn. Jeez, man, brutally cold. And in fact, so cold up there that I've actually had people asking me the kind of semi-viral question about exploding trees.
I've never heard that before.
Never heard about the exploding trees?
No.
It's one of these phenomena that happen. Essentially, it's the Dakotas, it's Minnesota, maybe Wisconsin.
Do they have trees in North Dakota?
Do they?
I don't think so. I think it's all just nuclear sites.
All silos.
Yeah.
Being leased out by Lord knows who. So what'll happen? These trees up there obviously sap and water inside the tree. The tree itself, as it gets cold, contracts. But the water, of course, as it turns to ice, expands. So, and when it happens quickly, now if it's already been really, really cold in there, but it generally only happens when it's those quick shifts.
It's like a flash freeze.
Yeah, so you're above freezing, and that you're at 33, 34, and then suddenly
you're minus
overnight you get to minus
20.
10. Yeah, minus 20. I mean, it really takes something crazy extreme like that. But the sound it is. It's like a shotgun blast when these trees pop. Now they don't like splinter, but you know, like it. Can you like think in your head if you ever been in the woods and you hear like a tree that's rotten just kind of go, you know, that cracking sound. But
do you hear a tree fall in the woods?
If you're there, but if it doesn't make a sound if you're not there.
Yeah,
it doesn't. It didn't exist. The sound did not wasn't heard, so it didn't exist. But there's also like. What's it called? It's almost like a frost issue. It'll happen with frozen lakes too. These loud booms that'll happen if that. But even the ground, like you'll actually register on
a Richter scale.
Yeah, on a Richter scale when that have the same extremes. You know, with the groundwater freezing so quick and expanding, and the surface was already frozen. Anyway, the weird things that I don't have to think about, and I shouldn't even have that in my brain.
But people have asked you.
But it started like Carolina came over today as I was walking and was like, hey, what about these exploding trees? Is this worth a pacer? I'm like, well, I mean, if you can catch it on video, yeah. I think it would be outstanding, but I mean, it's such a rare phenomenon. But anyway, negative 21 in International Falls had me thinking about exploding trees, which would be a great band name. Here's what I mean by warm sectored. There goes. So, gosh, this has been a complex situation here because we've got a little bit of a coastal trough that has developed for us that's bringing those northeast winds for Saturday and the potential for coastal showers. So that lifts and moves up to the north. And this map, we're seeing kind of the remnants of that up towards the Delmarva. But another low is dragging the latest front. This is kind of coming out of the Gulf of Mexico, Gulf of America. Let me make sure I say the correct terminology. I'm going to get one way or the other. I'm going to get canceled.
Jeez.
Both. I can't make anybody happy. Just the Gulf. The low comes out and performs the miracle act of bringing that warm sector up over us and drags the cold front through Sunday night. We look at the timing of that, and we've got ourselves a little bit of chance of rain. And truly, I mean, with it being so warm and frankly a little bit humid with that moisture coming up, maybe a thunderstorm. I mean, maybe you hear a rumble of thunder late night Sunday night. So, the wedge, the classic wedge. I love it. And I love
that it's coming into play with regards to whether folks see like wintry precipitation or not.
God, this is next. I love this
Because
is next level.
most people, especially here in Jacksonville, we don't really get much cold air damming here at all,
Right.
But in this instance, the wedge essentially, you have to have a high pressure up across kind of New England or to the northeast of, let's say, like DC and Philly.
Yep.
And it kind of brings in this northeasterly wind that wedges up against the Appalachian Mountains, and all of this cold air just kind of seeps in and is stuck there, wedged between the force of the winds from the northeast and the mountains themselves. So there's just going to be this area that I've circled there of colder air.
Yeah.
So, for example, like the Atlanta metro area, for folks who live west of Atlanta and southwest, temperatures could be in like the 60s and 70s.
Yeah.
Whereas if you live over towards like Athens, the University of Georgia, or north of there, what's the big lake up there?
Thanks. I don't know. Tell me.
The lake that's like,
Lake Lanier?
yes, that's northeast of Atlanta.
Yeah, Lake Lanier is
Yes.
the big one. Yeah.
So that area.
Thank you, Marlo. Had me thinking in my thoughts. I was thinking
mean-
about exploding trees and couldn't remember Lake Lanier.
They could be in the 30s.
Yes.
So there's going to be a huge temperature range thanks to the cold air damming, and that's going to differentiate between the folks who see just rain on the west side
Yes.
and a lot of freezing rain potentially on the east and northeast sides of Atlanta.
Absolutely. Oh, the cold air damming is one of those things. If you're a forecaster in the Carolinas, like along the maybe the eastern part of the Carolinas, that it can bust a forecast. If you're not careful and you're not really thinking about it, because it'll pump in a lot of on a day where you might be thinking, all things should be set up for a 70-degree day, but you get that wedge set up and you just get socked in with clouds all day long, and you never get out of the 50s, and it's like, I just blew this one by 20 degrees.
By a lot.
The cold air day, that's awesome. Yeah, very, very interesting stuff. The way topography plays a big role in this. So the snow line has it's been steadily, but now getting consistent now that we're kind of within that 36-hour, range. So we're getting more and more good information in. But this snow line has crept north, further and further north. So whereas we were seeing this earlier in the week, potential for feet of snow across parts of Tennessee, now we're looking north of that. But the ice, still kind of that issue, still pretty consistent too, that Atlanta to Charlotte area we watch extremely carefully, and even up into D.C.
Yeah, so a tricky travel situation still for a lot of folks who, whether you're driving north or you're flying north this weekend, certainly check back on the local forecast here, but also the local forecast and wherever your destination is.
Yeah. Got to have the airlines on speed. They'll be, obviously nowadays with everybody's apps, they'll send you the information directly to you. But if you thought about traveling this weekend north, don't go south or stay put. There's your weekend outlook. We're going to take a quick time out and be right back a little bit more. We got to talk about our NFL picks too. Playoffs coming up after the break.
Lou, I got to ask you, are you a one prop or a two prop guy?
Oh man, well if I could afford a 2 prop, I would like to have 2.
Yeah.
You know, but
You're telling me you can't?
I'm the
I don't believe that for a
I'm
second.
more of an or guy myself.
Oh, row.
We underpower, but we under manpower. But nonetheless, one can dream. Get to the Jack's Boat Show is a great, event, and with this weekend, obviously indoors, sure. So a great indoor event, rain or shine. But we're looking like a lot of shine, and it's the type of weekend that's going to have you wishing for a boat.
Yeah.
I wish I was on it. So just get your finances in order.
That sounds like a good old country song. Somewhere on a boat.
Somewhere on a boat. Yep, that's got to be that's a song. Motorboating is one, and then the Barbecue Bacon and Brews Fest, which I gotta say, never been. But
You've never been?
Never been.
I went to this last year.
Pretty great.
There wasn't a whole lot of brews, I will say.
Oh, but barbecue and bacon.
The barbecue and bacon, yeah, it was good.
Okay,
and a lot of good, it's like a fair kind of.
There you go.
Anything
at the Clay County Fairgrounds is generally going to be a winner.
I got a nice little like camo hat there.
Okay.
That I put one of those like stamps that they like pressed it onto the.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, it was cool.
That's cool. So hey, another great event. Something else you want to get into? So since you're not traveling north, you're going to be sticking around here. We got the boat show, awesome at Prime Osborne, and we got the Clay County Fairgrounds hosting barbecue, bacon, and brews, and it's going to be hot on Sunday. So prepare. So our NFL play, I'm not in last, right?
As Ricky Bobby says, if you ain't first, you last.
You are last. You're crazy. There's so many other things. There's second. There's third. But But a game just separates me in first, and then Rachel in last. So we got some work to do, and unfortunately, I'm the only one that's being a little different here. So I can either gain or I can embarrass myself. But
you can just maintain the status quo.
So we are. We're all going New England. I think we're all kind of thinking the same thought with the backup quarterback.
If Bo Nix was playing, would you?
Yeah, different story.
I don't know. I think I'd still may pick New England.
Okay. Because if Bo Nix played, I was taking Denver.
Were you really? Mm-hmm. You take Denver over the Patriots? I don't know. They didn't exactly.
But I
socks off against the Bills.
I just can't imagine Jarrett Stidham playing in the Super Bowl.
I mean, we got Trent Dilfer. Got one of those that happened.
That is true, I guess.
But anything's possible. And your boy Nick Foles.
Hey, don't disrespect him. Philly.
They got a statue of this guy.
Give me the Philly special.
I see it from teal-colored lenses, I guess. And then Seahawks, Rams, Ross, Rachel.
I think this is going to be a close game. Rachel did say that she thought both of these were going to be blowouts. I don't think that. I think the Patriots game could get interesting if Jarrett Stidham plays poorly.
Yeah.
But I think the Seahawks and Rams is going to come down right to the end. I could really go either way there, Seahawks
flip.
or Rams.
When I saw Ross pick Seattle, I was like, well, I got to do something. We can't all pick the same thing. So I'm going to Los Angeles.